This video shows you how to use the Katy Trail Map. Now this is just a basic Google map, which is very easy to use, but we have a lot of extra features built in, and I know all these features can be overwhelming, so I wanted to briefly explain all of them. For starters, we have the trails mapped out here, and as it indicates down here, the Katy Trail is in purple, Rock Island Trail is in red. We also have some mileage indicators, so right now we're centered at Windsor. And then here's 10 miles out from Windsor, 20 miles out, 30, and so on. You can change your settings. For starters, you can change where you're centered at. So right now it's centered at Windsor. You can select any town. This is a list of all the towns along both the Katy Trail and the Rock Island Trail. Just pick any other town to recenter the map, and it comes back recentered at that town. But in this case, I want to go back to Windsor because I like seeing both trails. And the other option here is to center at your current location. This is useful if you're actually out on the trail and you've got a good enough signal on your phone. It will center the map at wherever you happen to be located. Another option that we have built in is if you want to see these particular types of services mapped out. So for example, if you want to see all the restaurants within a certain radius of where you're centered, so we're at Windsor right now, let's say within 10 miles we want to see all the restaurants. We make the selections, come down here and update the map, and it comes back still centered at Windsor, and there are little green pins indicating all the restaurants within 10 miles of that center point. If I zoom in a little bit to make it easier to see, you can hover over any one of these and you can see the little box pops up just underneath it that tells you what the name of the restaurant is. But in addition to that, we also have a list down here that matches up the pin numbers to the names. So pin number 1 is Sidetrack Cafe, number 2 is Subway, and so on. And you can click any one of these to get more information. So here now we can have a, the phone number, the actual street address, website, and then another map that shows just where that particular business is located. Okay, so we'll jump back here again. And that is how to do the services. We only have these 5 different types of services, or 6 different types of services listed because they're the ones that are most often used. I didn't want it to be even more overwhelming by trying to list every type of service here. The other option is the mile markers that we saw on the map. We were seeing them at 10-mile increments, but for example, let's say you only want to see it at 25 miles. You click that, and we're zoomed in pretty close, but if we back up, we can see now that it only shows them every 25 miles along the route. The other thing that I'll point out, down at the bottom of the screen, here is a link. If you want to share this map with these particular settings with somebody else, you can send them this link. Because this website uses cookies, it will remember your settings. So you can go navigate around the website. If you come back, it will remember that you were centered at Windsor and what your intervals were for mile markers and so on. But if you want somebody else to see these exact same settings, you'll have to send them this link. And of course, this box takes up a lot of room. If you get tired of seeing it, once you've got your settings, you can click this minus button to shrink it out. And if you want to bring the settings back, you can click the plus. And the one other kind of cool thing, because this is a Google map, it has the full screen option. So you click this and it will fill up your entire screen. You won't see all the rest of the web page there.